How's it going, everybody? So, we only have one demo to review today. It is from Palms, something like that. Let's see. Let me make sure. So he's Faceit level 3, but I did look. He only has 14 matches played. So although he is Faceit level 3, it's not, he only has 14 matches played. And you default to level 3. So keep that in mind. He has about 1.3k hours, so he's probably skill level around 3, maybe 4 if he gets lucky. And he says, I mainly wonder how I could have gotten more kills. I feel like my game sense and utility is quite good. Is it simply because of my aim? Now, I'm going to make a bold prediction and say his game sense and utility is not, quote, quite good. But instead is maybe above average for his 1.3 hour rank, but it's not quite good. All right, so let's make sure everything is set up. Gauge, honestly, maybe, but let me eat after I do this shit. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Maybe I can do it a little bit better. I messed it up. It's okay. Will it notice Counter-Strike's open? Alright, it will. Sick. So now I can do that. This. Alright. So, let's load this demo up. How's everybody doing this early afternoon? I woke up an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. Let's do that. I like this guy's profile pic. Okay.
Hello.
Shut up, Paul. Oh, you got the the naked Shrek profile pic? Like that. Alright, so knife round, we'll skip that. Survey says you guys get CT side. Alright, let's see this good utility, Paul. Let's see this. You got smoke, flash, nade. Already going for the fallen flashbang. Alright. Decent utility. Your teammate doesn't see anything, so you elect to not nade down. Honestly, not too bad. I like how you didn't predetermine that you were just gonna nade down, but you waited for your teammate to call that, hey, I didn't see anything, that he didn't nade down. Nothing's there. So you're just going to rotate at this point. 3 versus 4 retake situation. Probably going to be a 2 versus 4 by the time you get there. Which is unfortunate. You don't have kit. In fact, nobody on your team has kit. One guy didn't even buy armor. At some point you do have to take this fight though. Yeah, you kind of just... There you go. You got one. No time left, really. So at this point, you're just playing exits. You don't have armor to worry about damaging. So you're just, trying to get some kills here. There's no way you're winning this. And you realize that. So you're going to fall off. No problem. Take your nades into the next round. And you'll stay alive. Okay. If you did want to have a chance at winning that, you needed to push in a lot quicker. You knew that there was one guy, Arch. And instead of, just swinging him and trying to take the fight, you were slowly jiggling it back and forth, wasting time, giving yourself no opportunity to actually get any kills. So you're going to jiggle that with a nade out really awkwardly. I don't like the grenade in hand. Maybe if it was a molly, it makes a little bit of sense. You see somebody, you throw it on the ground, they can't run through it, or if they do, they're tagged 50. But this nade, I just don't like the idea. And you are going to slowly fall off. Your jiggles are kind of dog shit, and by kinda I mean very. But you guys do get bomb control. 3 versus 4. You're gonna swing this out. So you swing this angle right here with a nade in hand, and there could be somebody here. Like your teammate is rotating over, and he did just see that this is clear, but there technically could be a guy like on that angle, easily killing you, and then you'd have a free B site. But instead, you're going to just clear everything with nade out. Probably not the best idea. See how like you threw the nade and then you look to your left with the gun out? You don't just want to go around swinging everything like that. Luckily, your teammate does get the kill. So far, your jiggles, your overall, like, comfort with using the WASD and moving around in CS, it just doesn't seem like it's that high, right? Once again, you do that little awkward jiggle with the nade in hand. You're relying on your utility a lot. It seems like you're prioritizing your utility even. I know that the last couple videos I've made have been utility focused, but don't get mistaken. A smoke grenade or a flash could possibly win you a round, but you know what's going to win you the round way more often? A gun. Actually being able to shoot the person and getting the kill and efficiently getting the headshot, that's going to get you the kill way more often. So you swing out there, you don't land a bullet. All right, you need to fall off at this point, completely reposition, and you do that. So good idea on that front. You do have a molly in hand. This might be a good time to maybe molly, force him out, force him back to car. But you could also wait until a CT smoke comes in. They only have one smoke, and the guy who has the smoke's bottom banana currently, so they may not be going B here. You guys have 3B at this point, 2A, no contact B. That person that just rotated over from A needs to rotate back because they're about to get caught with their pants down on A. 3 people executing, 2 people defending the site. And guys, close here, you get the kill. Luckily for you, he had a pistol, and your team cleans up the round. How's it going, guys? All right, so you got smoke. You're going to smoke deep. All right, you're going to nade. If the T's had, like, run up, full sprinted up here, and this was a B rush, they would be, like, right. You guys can't see. Let me do that. They would be, like, right here, right? I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. My cursor's not really showing up for me. But they would be right here, right where this box is. And they would get the kill on you, regardless of what gun that they had. Regardless of all that. That would be a very easy kill. You always want to, if you're going to push like this, right, you're going to want to have a molly. You don't realize that the guy's shooting at you. I understand that you got half blinded, but that was a very easy, like, I could hear him. Completely obvious that he was shooting at you from your left side. You assume that he was just spamming through smoke, but that was not the case in the slightest. You could nade down here. You nade into log. Not the worst idea. Personally, I don't like nading into log. I like nading more deeper, just because, like, in that situation, there was nobody log. There's nobody log, and it's very rare for, if they're taking a fast banana take like that, for somebody to actually sit log. It's more likely that they're just out in the middle of the open banana. So once again, after you throw that nade, you kind of just stay peeked. You also throw a very quick log nade, but you stay peeked, and you just can't hit the shot when you take the fight, right? You somehow connect there. The guy was pretty low. You were full running, so that's not something you can rely on. That's not something you should be proud of. And you're just really trying to brain on these kids, right? Can this guy make the jump? He has to go more right. Tell him. Be like, you idiot. You see how it's like highest up on the right point? Oh my god. There we are. There we are. So they're coming out. That's a decoy. You just got. You see, alright. I understand. Alright, you missed the molly. You obviously weren't trying to throw it like that. You got nervous. You hit the thing. That's not what I'm going to talk about here. What I'm going to talk about is that you know that they're about to come out, and instead of prioritizing the gunfight and just having the gun out and making sure that you have a great angle to fight them, you're forfeiting that so you can pull out a molly, which, yeah, it could potentially slow them down, but you were going to molly pool, right? They could still just run up through the smoke, and you won't have enough time to throw the molly, position yourself properly around your teammate, have your gun out, and hit the shot before they run through that smoke, right? They're going to be able to do that way before. So although the molly is technically a good idea, you want to prioritize that gun. You had your chance to throw the molly like 4 seconds ago. You didn't throw it because you were too busy trying to... That was my Steam message, by the way, don't worry. You were trying to help your teammate get up onto the thing, all right? You just want to have gun out. You want to try to take that fight. You want to win that duel. Luckily, you still do get one, but you immediately get traded out, and that's going to be a very difficult B retake for your team. But it looks like they still got it. So, you're on MP9. You fully bought into this, all right? Let's see if you throw this HE to car. There we are. Oh, you're going to deep smoke off. You're going to molly car. So you did that 20 seconds in. All right, this is retake utility. You probably want to throw this maybe 45 seconds into the round. I know that this is very low level faces, so the round may not take that long. It's going to be a little faster paced. But you're throwing retake utility when there's nobody even up to car at this point, right? You're supposed to throw this when maybe a guy's here, a couple guys are here, and potentially, all right, well, the point is that it does some damage, and it either pushes them off, and you get all this control, and then they have to retake it, or it forces them to fight, or even better, it splits them in half, all right? So you got 1 or 2 guys up here that are forced to fight, and then 2 to 3 guys back here that have to fall off. So you threw that a little bit too early, and you didn't even have a teammate to really push with it. Your teammate is now still CT, and then finally about to peek this corner. So you get top car, and now you're just falling back, right? You spend all your utility to take that, and then you just give it right back to him. Your teammate is going to rotate over to A. At this point, A should be getting called. Like, it is obviously A. They have to see all these people and hear all these people. Unless you're just planning on saving, which it seems that you are, and we'll skip. You end up dying there, but the round was pretty much over at that point. You're going to 5-7. You guys force up again. This was a double save. So you guys go for a full nade down mid. You got to be careful of the guy coming up from alt, but you all die before that's even a factor. Should you shift when you counter-strike? No. Counter-strafe. Exotic is correct. The point of counter-strafing is that you can do it while you're running. So you guys are finally on a full save, and you just have USP. If you can even dink one here, that would be pretty cool. And it looks like you did. Good job. Just got some damage in. Alright, so now you got good set of nades. You see that your teammate's not going for that peek, so you maintain your flashbang. Right, you just look really awkward right here. Right, I don't know if this is just me being nitpicky, but your movement looks very awkward, like you're not comfortable. So with that CT smoke, you want a molly. You obviously don't have a molly, but you can nade through it. You do try to get some spam in, and you are doing a little tiny bit of damage. You did like 3 damage. This nade should do something if you ever throw it. And now it just comes down to gun versus gun. You have to take these gunfights. You don't really want to pull out any utility in this situation. And this is the epitome of lazy crosshair placement, right? What are you holding right now? You're waiting for them to come out there. They can come out at any point. You get smoked off. You need to rotate back. One thing you need to be aware of is, all right, you're a B player. You're one of the 2 B players. How are you last one alive? Okay, you didn't fight. You didn't help your teammate properly. You waited behind smokes, and again, you're just playing very scared. All right, you're playing very scared. You're trying to use your utility to mitigate the amount of gunfights that you have to take. At some point, you just need to swing out and try to get some kills. Right, at some point. That round, you had a flash. When they smoked CT, you could have underhanded a flash, swung out pool, killed 2, maybe helped your teammate. That nade does do some damage there, but at some point you have to take these fights. You're gonna, if you smoke, yeah, I was gonna say, all right, you smoked it off way too early, so you're trying to, you know, hold them back with the utility. This smoke's gonna fade at like a minute 10, right? You're not doing anything with that smoke. A minute 10 into the round is still nothing. They're just lining up behind it. You're solo B. You're swinging out wide right now, waiting, just daring for this smoke to fade and somebody to be behind it. They hear the rotates over. For some reason, 2 of you just sprint over, which they're obviously going to hear that coming from Speedway. They rotate back to A. All right, so his movement is like see how he just bumped into a wall there, and he's kind of taking these corners wide. I'll explain in an offline after this, but there's a couple key components to his movement that make them not good. You miss an easy shot there. You weren't even like looking at the guy. I don't know what was up. But this should be a doable retake. No kits, so you got to be quick about it. No kits, so you got to be quick about it. You hit the one guy left. He could be in mini pit. Nobody knows. Nobody's gonna stick it. There we go. You don't have any time. See, like that movement right there. He kind of like stutters for half a second, right? Oh, I accidentally skipped around. I'll explain it. I agree. He does know general nades and game sense. No argument. Well, no arguing that. Okay. Good job with the fallen flash and all that. General game sense. I wouldn't say good game sense. Because you don't... It seems that you don't really know when to be aggressive. You're playing this very strategically. And you really... Even though you, like... You would think, like, why wouldn't I always want to play it strategically? There are times when you don't want to play it strategically. Like right now, strategically, your map positioning is pretty good. But the actual angle that you take is kind of dog shit. This angle's a little bit better, but just see how wide you are, right? You're so wide on this angle. You're trying to use it as cover. There you go. You get a little bit tighter on it. But they're coming up A. You have to understand at this point, you need to peek out, all right? Not every person that you're going to come in contact with or you're going to encounter is going to have their back turned to you because they're running by you. At some point, you're going to have to swing out and actually take the fight. So I'm excited to see what happens on T side. How the hell did that guy get there? But like you're just clearing off every single angle known to man. You just have to swing out here and wait for him to shoot just like that, and then you have to get the kill. Luckily, your teammate gets the kill. Wait a second. Wait a second, Paul. Wait a second. I just noticed something. Let me see if he pulls it back out. Paul, why did you steal my knife and gloves combo? Paul, that's not very nice. That's my exact combo, or was my exact combo. Did you buy my items off of CS Money, Paul? That's whack. That's whack. So you nade down. You're gonna molly for no fucking reason. You can't even hear him car. You wanna know why I know you can't hear him car? Because nobody's up to car yet. Alright? You're mollying for no damn reason. You could have mollied to car instead. Like right now, you get up on first orange, you molly into car. You don't even have to get up on first orange. I'm pretty sure you can throw it from like middle. But like, holy shit. That could have been such a powerful nade. And you pride yourself on your utility usage. That's not it. So you need to take the fight here. You're just hiding. You're just hiding. You need to be able to hit that first shot. You do hit that second shot. Again, guys, super tagged. Your teammate comes and takes your position. You go to boost him up. Unfortunately, this is the guy that couldn't jump up last time. He gets it on a second try this time. He's learning. And now you have bomb, but 2 people are out A. That's normal level 3 face it. And I just skipped all the way backwards trying to press next round. All right. Do this. Skip ahead. Full buy versus full buy. You smoke deep. You throw that molly a little late. You probably want to reverse that order. All right. You probably want to molly first, then smoke deep. And you're just sitting in this molly. You give him... Oh, how do you only take 12 damage off of that? I swear if I was in that molly, I'd be down like 19 HP. But you only take 12 damage off of that molly. You're playing really close here, which doesn't favor the M4, especially because you're going to dink and not get the kill. And bad timing there. You just didn't realize that the guy's going to walk up. You called that flash way too late, or called for that flash way too late, or the guy just threw it way too late. I don't know, but regardless, you put yourself in a really not good spot. So you guys get the opening pick. Just fall off at that point. You don't have to smoke it. Please do not smoke it. You know what? That wasn't too bad because your opper did get another pick. Smoking off his shot isn't the worst. But at this point, all right. Honestly, Paul, if you threw that nade and it went over and it didn't hit the thing, it would do nothing, right? It's gonna explode off the map. You do have Molly in hand. Mollying behind the smoke before it fades would be a good idea because it pushes them back to car. Then when the smoke fades, they can't immediately pop. But instead what you're doing is you're letting the smoke fade and you're daring them to immediately pop after that, and then you're going to throw the Molly. So luckily your team is wrapping it up A. Last guy's AFK. So now T side. I'm excited for this because Paul's going to have to go out. Paul buys smoke, flash. What's he looking to do? Looks like his team's trying to get up B, but Paul's holding for a peek that's never going to come. They got 3 people on B. 2 people pushed A. You're going to smoke Moto, and you guys are up on site. Flashing over pit once. You blind your teammate because he did not turn. You go for a full pit clear with bomb. You never want to do that. Leave that up to your teammates with bomb, especially, like, let's say that there is a guy pit. All he has to do is kill you there, and bomb's dropped in a very difficult position to recover. Forces your teammates to try to go get that bomb, which allows the CTs more time to rotate over. It puts yourself in a difficult position. So you have to take a gunfight here. Your teammate once again saves you. You don't land a single shot. Let's see. So we could amount this to your aim's just not good. You need to hit more shots, whatever it is. But I'm going to say more so that it's not that your aim is not good and that's the issue. It's that when you play these kind of matches, right, it doesn't, like, all right, first off, that was super lazy. Your crosshair wasn't even on sandbags when you spammed into it. Well, it was literally on sandbags when you spammed into it. It wasn't at the position where people normally would play, right? But my argument is that I don't think that you put yourself in enough positions to actually take gunfights. So when it comes to actually taking a gunfight, like right there, okay, he's on a deagle. You have Mac 10, just swing out and kill him. But instead, you're going to take this nade out. You're going to try to knock him down. Your teammate ends up getting the kill, right? You don't put yourself in positions to take gunfights properly. So when it actually comes time to taking a gunfight, you don't know what to do. You're very nervous because you haven't been in that spot a lot. Also, you picked up this deagle. It has 1 bullet. You won't notice, though. There you go. Or you were just waiting to try to get that 1 deagle on tap. So, again, it's not that your aim's bad. It's that when put into a position where you actually have to take a fight, you have no idea what to do. Or you don't know, like, your do's and don'ts because you haven't put yourself in these spots enough times for you to get fucked over and, like, learn. For example, this is a huge don't, all right? You're sitting bottom mid with a Mac 10. Even if he swings out and you land 15 bullets, the guy's still going to be alive, right? Your Mac 10's not going to do any kind of damage from this type of range. This is something that you might do once or twice. You're going to get fucked once or twice doing it, and then you'll learn to never do it again. But because you're such a newer player and you're not putting yourself in these spots, you won't get fucked. Like, for example, there, all right? You tried to solo take mid off of a smoke, no flash. What did you expect to happen? For them to be rotated B? You can't expect that, right? You have to have gun out. You have to be ready to go. You have to understand the sound cues that you're giving up. All it takes, that guy, yeah, he had a 1 dig, cool shot. It wasn't that good of a play, right? All he had to do was sit close top mid. He saw the smoke come in. He bet against you throwing a flash, and he bet correctly, and then you ran up the whole way, telegraphing it, right? It was pretty easy. Pretty easy kill for him. So you're going to get naded down. You're solo trying to take banana. This guy's pushing. You don't take this fight. You wait for your teammate to take the fight. You don't swing out. Even though you're at 8 HP or whatever you're at, right? You're not going to be useful this round. You need to try to take that swing out, take that fight, so your teammate doesn't get tagged down to 37 HP when he was pretty much full HP, right? You need to try to help take those fights. Again, he shoots through the wood. You don't immediately spam back. You wait there. You wait for him to swing out before you then attempt to spam wood. The reaction time is just not there, and it's not because, like, you're slow, right? You're not clicking fast enough. It's that you're not thinking. You're not thinking that, oh, I could click right now and get the... You're trying to... It's not a reaction, right? It's not just muscle memory of, oh, if I get spammed through, I need to immediately spam back. It's you're just trying to think way too much about it. Luckily, your team's getting these easy entries, which it should be, like, obvious to you. Hey, these guys are easy kills. These guys are super easy kills. Why don't I just run out and get the easy kills, too? Bomb's AFK in spawn, so we'll see how this shit plays out. Alright, so now bomb's dropped. You're gonna go back, grab bomb. This guy's full flank towards A. You know that B's clear because he flanked all the way through. Alright, you're still clearing off every single angle in existence, even though it should hypothetically be clear. You fake plant once, you go for a second plant spot. You're thinking way too much. You mess up your smoke. Just take the gunfight, bro. Just take the gunfight. There's no reason for you to be playing like this. You molly it off. You know that you got naded down last time, so you're staying back here. And you're just not taking fights. You're flashing for your teammate. That flash probably isn't the best since it bounces once. Alright, it's more choreographed, right? It's telegraphed. They're going to be able to hear it first. They're going to be able to turn away. Probably not the best flash to throw, but it's okay. I'm only being nitpicky about the flashes since you said that you feel that your utility is quite good. Right, so you smoke that off, you get flashed out, and now it's time to entry. So you get flashed off, you saw that flash the whole way. You need to turn from that. You're probably thinking about the next piece of utility that you're going to throw, right? Right, that flash came from Big Pit, the guy's shooting, you're not even looking that direction, right? You're standing out in the middle of the open. Now you realize that there's a guy Big Pit. He forces you to push back. You push back. You're going to swing him with a molly out. Or with the molly on the ground. 2v4 situation, you have to get something done. But instead, you're waiting for them to walk into your crosshair. You didn't weasel your way up after you got mollied, right? You're just playing super passive. You're waiting for the CTs to make a mistake. But that's not always going to happen. There's no guarantee that the CTs make a mistake. So you're slowly clearing out these angles. Like, I'll cover this in the movement that I'm about to go over once this game ends, but like, you're not even, when it comes down to clearing angles, you're not clearing them properly. You're not clearing them properly. You're being very slow about it. You're not counter strafing. You're not swinging out wide. Again, these one-on-one gunfights where they're actually looking at you, you're losing. The only times that you've won a gunfight where they're actually looking at you is when the guys are low HP and they're executing on a B. Alright? Every other time, we're just going to fast forward this one. Yeah, you had P250. Every other time when it came to like actually fighting somebody that had a gun out and was looking at you, and only you miss all your shots. And like I said earlier, right? You could just say, oh, you need to DM more. But I think it's more than that, right? It's a 2v4. Your teammate just died mid. Your teammate's fighting banana. And what are you doing? You're sitting bottom mid, waiting for a CT in mid to push all the way down. But that's not going to happen. They're both fucking top mid right now. Nobody's close. It's not like they were pushing down, right? So, like I was just trying to say, it goes further than you just not having good aim. Your positioning is dog shit. Your will to, like, go try to trade out a teammate is dog shit. You have no, like, intuition. You have no gut feeling. You have no aggression. And while you are playing the safer plays of, you know, not peeking that, it's not like you're clutch master winning the rounds, all right? Good job. You finally killed somebody. Good job. They swing back out wide, and you're waiting too long. That's a Deeg spam moment. You go shoot. You're going to be dead in most games before you even get that second shot off, so you need to at least try to take those kind of gunfights. So, alright, this is a fast play. You need to run up. So you're running up, but instead you just stop. You get mollied off, which is understandable, but you play back. You don't play close up on the molly. You play back enough that you get naded down for 20 HP, and now it's time to go, right? They swing into you. You just don't get the kills. You have no, like, intuition to just swing out wide, try to get that kill. It's just, no feeling, no like, oh, I can do it right now. There's none of that because you don't put yourself in these spots enough to know when to do it. Like, if you did that more often, you would know that I need to pre-fire this when I swing that angle. But instead you swing out and you're expecting nobody to be there because you're expecting them to play a standard 2-3 setup, 2 on B, 3 on A. They're playing back on site and they're waiting for you to come up. And then when you come up, your teammates are going to throw a perfect flash that's going to blind them. And whenever you take a gunfight, they're going to be at a complete disadvantage and you'll get the easy kill. All right, that's going to happen maybe 10% of your actual rounds in CS, right? That's never going to happen. You need to just be able to take those fights where they're looking at you, you get the kill. You even proved that you could do that with the Deeg headshot cross mid the round prior, right? But instead, you just go back to playing slow, playing passive. It's just not it. So, let's go into Inferno. Let me talk about, one, your movement. Horrible. It looks like you have two hands trying to do your WASD, right? And then your lazy crosshair placement, just go watch my one of my more recent videos about lazy crosshair placement. It covers that, but let's just go over the movement first. All right, we'll start when you were clearing this. So you're coming up mid. Let me sit up straight. All right, let me make sure I'm doing this properly. So you're coming up mid, you're already here, right? So now you know that there's probably going to be one here. See how this is something that you never did, right? Post up on this corner and slowly come around, and maybe you crouch into it, right? You have no idea where these angles are. Your crosshair was pretty much like this, right? And then when you got here, right, you're like, that's how you cleared this. That's exactly how you cleared this. One thing, and let me turn on my keyboard overlay real quick. Let me do this, input overlay. There we are. So one thing that you're doing a lot is you're doing WS and WA, right? Or sorry, WD and WA, right? You're going back and forth like this, which is not good because to counter strafe a WD, you need to press AS. You can't counter strafe just with A, right? Because you also have forward momentum. So that's why when you swing things, you just want to stick to one key. So when you counter strafe, it's just the one, right? You don't have to worry about pressing two keys. It's much more difficult. So when coming up, right, there's a couple things you can do. See all so you can just walk up so you don't make noise. But listen, I'm not gonna talk, all right? I'm gonna jiggle things without holding shift, and I'm not gonna make any noise because I'm jiggling them. See, all right, maybe a step here and there, but obviously you wouldn't do it all the way up. You have to combine holding shift with like this. All right, so I'm gonna be quiet. Listen. So I'm holding shift. See, I'm not holding shift, didn't hold shift that whole way, didn't make a single noise, right? See, I didn't make a single noise that whole way, and it's not like I was holding shift the whole time. You hold shift trying to clear an angle, right? You're going to go so slow, it's going to be such an easy kill for them. That's why when you get to an angle like this, you swing out. You have to know how long it takes. There's such a long buffer of like when you'll make a step. So listen, I'm just going to hold D. Listen to when I start pressing D to when I make a step. You get a lot of leeway. You don't make an immediate step, right? So you could go. Right? I'm making like one step here and there. But you can go like this. I'm not holding shift and I'm not making any noise, right? Another thing with the movement is like you were kind of just like right here. All right, this is what you want to do in CT. So you go for your flash, right? Pretty good flash. And then you can jump spot, right? You can come around like that. Do lots of things, right? If you're going to jiggle this, you want to jiggle it like that and be ready to like jump off, fall off, do whatever, right? Okay, but instead you're doing this kind of like your crosshair isn't pinned up. You don't know exactly where the angle is. So if you do peek out, you know, you're not right up on it. Especially right here. When you were jiggling this, usually you don't want to, if you have a nade out, it's going to be an HE. and you're just going like right here. You can even stay right here and just hold it really tight, right? And you kind of want to be turned away so it's harder for them to hit you. You see somebody, you throw a molly like that, and you're out of there, okay? But instead, you're HE like this, doing some shit like this, doing really wide jiggles, not like tight stuff, but really wide stuff. And then you just fall off, right? It's not it. Also, throwing a nade here or something, perfectly good idea. Same thing with like a molly. You want to throw that molly a little deeper. But same kind of concept, right? That's going to be much better than throwing it right here when you don't know if anybody's coming up. But just your overall movement, it was very clunky when you're rotating. You're not going for quick rotates like this where you're going for something like this and you're coming around and then you're posting up, you're coming up here, you know, clearing something like that. No, it's very clunky. It's very, you know, shift walky, going both directions. This is the biggest thing that's going to like show you that somebody's movement's bad, is if they do WDWA when they're going both directions. All right, you want to set yourself up close enough to the wall that you can just do like this, you know, just, you want to walk sideways most of the time. Whenever you're peeking something, you want to be walking sideways so you can counter strafe it properly. And then, you know, if you're trying to get to a spot, maybe. But as you can see, most of the times, I'm only pressing one key. Right here, I'm going to press two keys because I don't want to push up here and get spotted from there. And I don't want to push over here because I want to get to this spot, right? So I'm going to hold both keys here, but I'm not trying to peek anything. As soon as I go to peek something, I'm holding one key and I'm using my mouse to help guide me, right? I'm not relying on the keyboard. I'm using my mouse. I'm very comfortable with my mouse. I'm using it properly and like trying to use it to clear out things, right? That's just something you got to get used to. So that's all I have for today. If you want your demo reviewed, link is at the top of the description. Please feel free to check that out, click it, and add me on Discord, all of that. Why am I not getting notifications? You got to click the button, bro. Click the bell icon. I'm not going to be one of those people. But again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you all next time.